This is Jackie. I'm Tyler. We're going to talk to you a little bit about personal and professional security. How many of you have heard or seen the word security used? What are some examples? It's a shout-out discussion.
Social security number.
Social security?
Security checks.
Look, you have the answer before
No, just don't tell them.
I know, those are some examples.
In that case, security checks. Security blanket.
Examples.
Security guard. Home security.
Oh, okay.
Social security.
Oh, I see.
What else? There's two big ones.
Homeland Security.
Security system. Yeah. So,
What'd you say to it?
oh no. Security system.
Are we still missing the two big ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or do they have to do with money or just in general?
In general.
Is it already been said?
Yeah.
But it's
Security going.
Network security on computer software.
So cyber security. Presentation, personal and professional security.
Oh, with your presentation.
Knowing personal and professional security, what do all these have in common? Exactly. They focus on how you're going to live your life, how you protect yourself. So what is personal security? Personal security is the belief of a person to protect themselves financially, any type of way that you want. So, for example, I feel safe at home when I lock my doors at night. Some people might feel safe, they leave them open. Security is not just at home, it's economically, it's work-related. So it's everything that you do to keep yourself safe financially, home, work. Okay? What I have next is we're going to determine, what do you think is the average cost of a home break-in?
$500.
Any higher?
1,000.
5,000.
Lower.
What'd you say?
2,500.
5,000.
Close.
3,000.
Still lower.
2,300.
It's like the big
Here's the average cost of a home break-in is $2,116 according to Life Shield, who works with the U.S. government to figure it out. According to them, one crazy stat is 68% of home break-ins happen through the front door. 68%. Of those 68%, 30% of them use a hidden key. How many of you have a hidden key at your home?
Oh, cool. What? Okay, good.
Well, one of you, under these stats, is going to have a home break-in through the front door.
It was front and back doors, and they tended to, like, enter through, like, the doorways that lead to, like, main hallway entries in the house. So, like, they wouldn't enter, I mean, they would enter if they could, but they wouldn't, they'd be more likely to enter through, like, the front or back door than, like, the garage door, like, leading to the inside of the house. Which doesn't make sense, because you can see them right through the front door.
Knowing that the cost is $2,000, how much do you think what's the number one targeted room in a house?
Bedroom.
Which type of bedroom?
Parents.
What's the most sought out item in a home break-in?
Jewelry.
Correct. It's also tied with safes. First thing to look for is safes and jewelry. Safes because everybody keeps their personal information in there, and they keep all their valuables. So when you do that, that's going to a burglar, that's easy money right there, because they're going to look for that safe. So it's best to keep them separated. Keep some stuff in your safe, keep some stuff everywhere in your houses.
Quick money, they also tend to steal, like, electronics, like big TVs and gaming systems.
So how would you secure your home when at night sleeping, out for the day, and for vacation? What do you guys think are some of the ways?
Lock your door.
I thought this was America.
America is a thing of falsehoods. Let's see how many you can get of the top 10 ways.
We also tell our neighbors that we're going away.
Watch.
Post it on Facebook.
That is true, yeah.
Just call the neighbor what? If you're going away? For vacation or something?
House sitter?
Yeah. Also,
Oh, I was gonna say, like, tell your neighbor that you're leaving. If you're going out of town, then your neighbor, like, come get your mail. You can have a house.
anybody else know anyone?
Yeah, pushing dogs.
Dogs?
Plural.
Now, do you know that most dogs will shy away from an intruder?
I don't, unfortunately.
Most dogs will shy away from an intruder because they bark. What all an intruder does is to entice them, and they'll relax. So most dogs won't help. Interesting fact. Jasmine?
This might be stupid, but can you put like important documents in like a file cabinet or something instead of a safe? 'Cause,
Yep.
like, a burglar's not gonna
As
take
long as
time
it's
to do
like-
that.
You don't have like, you can have all your stuff together, but like have a lock on it, so in case it does get stolen, like, you want to have a lock on it so it's safe from you, but also your kids from destroying them, because it's your security and their security. But the more you have stuff separated, but in a general area, provides more struggle for a burglar, because they can't always take it in one go. They have to come back later. Knowing that, you can always move it to a different spot to confuse them. Any more?
Security system?
Yeah. I keep going like this every time. It's
You got 5.
Motion lights.
Is it tenants?
We always tell the police.
It's a big one. Now, what do you do when you tell the police?
We tell them when we're leaving and when we expect to be home. And that we'd appreciate, oh yeah,
One
And then
thing
watch your
that
house
you do-
for you?
if you ever tell the police when you go on vacation, do not close your blinds all the way.
right.
Because if you close them all the way, they cannot look in. And if they can't look in, they can't use probable cause to enter the house.
Right. The Cleveland City Police may not respond to that, you know, if you're in a big metro area. I live in a little burg.
Anything
And
else?
most of them, most smaller towns, they want to know. They also want to know if you have senior citizens, like neighbors, that need to be watched. They want to know that too.
Guys think of anything else? Got about 7. You get 2 more? One that hasn't been a surprise is lock your windows. Your windows. Most of the time, first floor windows, people forget to lock. Second floor, burglar can climb a ladder if they wanted to and climb up into your bedroom.
That's why they have like those little like security locks on some, I don't know how old some people's homes are, but mine have like the little like pull-out thingies you have on the side for the frame.
And to go into biz, motion lights, cameras. So what goes with motion lights besides the camera? Okay.
I was told, like, there's an insurance company, I know somebody had their house broken into, and the insurance company, they couldn't afford, like, a whole security system, so the insurance company suggested that they just get the stickers, and you can put, like, fake things.
That's what we did with ours. We
Like,
just put like an ADT.
yeah, you can get one of
Yeah.
those, and then they'll be less likely for that person to come back, because they were worried that the person was going to come back since they already know where everything is.
The only
So
problem-
the insurance company suggested that they put like the fake things in it to deter them.
The only problem with putting fake stuff is if you have nothing else to back it up, they'll watch you and see if there's anything else there. So if you go in your house, enter, and don't turn, or go somewhere to turn off the security system, they're gonna know it's either not armed or you don't have one, and then they'll come back later and rob you. That's what they do. Have you ever seen Home Alone? They stalked him, making sure he wasn't home with parents. It was just him.
Can I add to your list? I would say don't put it on social media where you're going or what you're doing. Yeah, don't post your vacation pictures on social media until after you get home.
Yep. Well, after naming off those, these were some of the top 10 ways to actually protect your house. Lock your doors. Have an alarm system. Lock your windows. Join a neighborhood watch. Have your cameras, motion lights. Have a fenced property. Because the harder you make it, the harder they have to escape too. So if you have a fence that's a security fence, which is typically about 6 or 7 feet high, depending on what you get, that'll make it harder for them to escape, and cops can surround and help. Have no hidden keys. That is the biggest problem. Close your blinds and recheck everything that you have done. What should you do go on vacation? You got some of these tie over for vacation. So one of the biggest things is don't parade on social websites. That is one of the things robbers look for. If you parade, you're going to get in trouble. Basically, for home security on vacation, you want to turn on all your security systems. Make sure you have a neighbor that knows that you can trust, that can check on your house. Stop your mail, because if they see mail piling up, they'll take that mail from you, and you'll never see that thinking, oh, I'm just getting any mail. But make sure when you travel on vacation yourself, only bring what you need. Those are some examples of stuff that you should bring. Not all of them, but you can bring. Say you're going to, let's say, where'd you go for spring break?
Disney World.
Disney? How many of those things did you bring?
Well, I always overpack. I did not bring traveler's checks. I did not bring a guide or an ID. I didn't go out of the country. Emergency numbers on my cell phone. How far are we going insurance-wise? Like life insurance?
Like car, like say you rent a car or something, you had your car insurance, you have your health insurance plan on you,
Yes.
medical.
So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You probably wouldn't bring traveler's checks because they're not in our generation. They're more in DJ's generation.
Thank you. I'll remember that, Tyler. Calling me old.
Hey, you called me out for Arizona. And Putin too.
Yeah, you're right.
So, like, you want to have some of those, but you don't want to carry all of them. What you want to do is you mix it up. So if you have one person carry part, one person carry another, so they don't get misplaced.
So you don't like risk losing it all at once. And different place.
But when you travel to Disney, I'm just going to use you. Did you travel with a group?
Yes. Like 2 other people.
Okay. How many times did you go out at night? Out at night?
You go to a restaurant or go to...
Like when it was dark out. How many times did you travel at night?
Like every night.
Did you ever go with them? Anybody?
We all were together.
Okay.
So I think it was fun.
Were any of them girls?
Yes.
Okay. You one of them, Bird?
No, I went on my own trip with all girls.
Okay. Now, knowing when you go out, if you're a girl, the chances of you being robbed are 40% higher than a guy if you go alone.
Well, you don't have girls go out.
Exactly. So if you ever go out at night, don't go out alone. Go out with somebody to protect yourself. And say you're going out, make sure you ask, or if you're going out, make sure you tell somebody you know. Don't travel alone at night in the dark. That's the biggest thing. With abductions being so high now, your own security is your own safety. And then tell somebody that you're going somewhere. Say, I'm going down to Pam. Never been there before, so install like a checkpoint system. So, hey, I'm going to check in at this time. If I don't check in, give me a call or something to see what's up. You're a girl. How's your... You have a pretty big purse.
That's actually, I have
Okay.
no money on me whatsoever, so don't try to rob me. That's what I carry in my...
Anybody have a purse here that's like an actual purse? mind you, we have
I
4
reversed
people in
it.
here.
Are you wanting to look for a big first?
I have my wallet.
I mean, I would carry a purse that big, but that's not my purse.
Okay. Well, if you do carry a purse, you want to have one that can go over your neck, so it cross over, so when if somebody does try and rob you, they can't grab it off you and just start running. They actually have to fight for it. In that time, you can at least call for help. And you also want to bring some form of communication. One thing that most people hate to use is a fanny pack.
Those actually come back.
I love those.
Everyone did
I
one
wanted
of
to
these
secure
days.
Everything
to
around
buy
your
them.
waist, but nobody uses them because they think they're uncool. But really, for the amount that they can hold, they can serve a lot of useful information on your hand.
They're kind of hard to steal because you got like.
You gotta take them off
You gotta
the
take
them
waist,
off.
you gotta
Yeah.
unzip it.
So having a fanny pack instead of a purse is more beneficial to anybody, even if you're a guy.
I could rock it. I can make it work.
There comes a point where you cannot take security in your own hands. So what this is professional security. Bodyguards, cops, firemen, doctors, it's all form of security. You might not think a doctor is a form of security. It's providing your health to make sure you're safe. Do you have any security at your place?
Yes,
What type?
just security system.
Just security system? They had any break-ins or anything?
Yeah.
I would never break into your house if you were the owner. So that's security.
I think you're talking about my business. Were you talking about my business or my?
I'm just asking, would you ever thought of hiring a security guard after? Or having a break-in at a work, would you hire a security guard?
At our work, we actually did get broken into, and the neighbor's dogs, he had like 2 Rottweilers, and they like attacked, and like.
So they're your security guard.
Yeah, so.
Basically, what it's saying is, if you can't protect yourself at work, have somebody else do it too, to make sure that your business and your financials are safe, because some people, their money is their work. So if you don't have your work and it gets broken into, that might not send you back a month, it might set you back a few years. And then you have it as an enforcement rule as well. And enforcement comes differently. Like if you're a doctor or any type of medical, you have to make sure that that is a confidentiality clause. So whenever you go to the doctors, if you don't ever give sign off, they can't tell your parents unless you're under 18. Same thing with education. Now, if they're starting to put in education to where you have to get the parents to sign for their students so you can tell them their information. And say your information does get out, say I let Jackie's information out just because I don't like her, I can actually get charged as a criminal for that crime because I led to her problems with it.
Like even like doctors, because they have to hold that information like safe on desks and stuff. Like just places like that too. Okay. Is there any theft?
So we've prepared a video. This will be a game that we're going to do in class and see how well we feel on that.
Okay.
Okay, this was a fun game that I found on guardonline.gov. They can basically find any game that you want for security and wireless internet. To where if you have any question, you can quiz yourself, and they have tutorials on how to do everything. So what we're going to do to lead into our next category is we're going to play a game of identity theft. How well do you know it? As a group, which character do you want?
Definitely.
Big Jim.
Is it
I think
the
we're
mustache?
outnumbered.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is more of a kid's game, but it can help in your classroom to get them interactive. So we're going to get your identity back by answering questions. So So one of the best ways to protect your identity is by using online passwords only you would know, like your mother's maiden name or the last 4 digits of your social security number. True or false?
False.
I would not put my social media.
Okay, this is false. Okay, now that you got that correct, indeed, it's in your correct statement. Crooks can often find this type of information about you, usually. Which body part would, which
Yeah.
That's all.
No eyes, no.
No eyes.
You don't need any more questions.
If someone
Stash
has
says it all.
stolen information about your financial accounts, it's best to wait for several weeks to see what they do with it before taking any action.
Yeah, your first step, you're going to want to contact your companies itself so they know exactly what you've done to find out who and where the fraud was at. So,
Like even when you were saying like a couple weeks ago how you said like your credit card wouldn't work because like it was certain distance away from where you got it or something.
Eyebrows.
Eyes. Yeah, I was gonna say eyebrows. Brows.
Get the hair first, that's why we picked him.
if the stolen information includes your driver's license or other government-issued ID, all you need to do is create a
Facsimile.
facsimile using a recent photo photo, true or false.
I don't even know what to say.
Do you trust Andy's
Yes.
answer?
Yeah,
Is true?
Yeah.
I just said what facts are.
What do you think, true or false?
I'm gonna go with false.
False.
Shouldn't say the facts.
Yep. You should contact the agency that created that document, because they're the ones that are gonna have proof of you actually doing it, or you can provide that information back.
Ears.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, there you
Looks
go.
like
I'll
it's
start
everywhere.
up back in.
The names of 3 nationwide consumer reporting companies are Equinox, Xperia Corp, and Transamerica.
Yeah.
We got 3 misses.
So I got this thing, I got true and I got false going around.
Does anyone know?
I got 2 out of 3.
Can we Google?
I'm not sure
Can we
about
go like on?
it. Two out of
Dylan, don't Google.
But I don't know about it.
Yeah.
So would you think like
We're
true?
thinking
Let's go true.
True. We have 3 misses. Final answer, Regis.
Aw.
Sorry,
Actually,
Jeff.
don't
Poor
take your
guys,
best
everybody
experience
does know.
training.
You're right.
And if you would like, you can always visit annual credit report. That's where I get my credit report done, so it is verified.
That's not fair. It's so close to the end.
But that's how
It's
scams
like
are gonna
8 o'clock
happen.
at night and I've been here since like.
That's okay. We'll watch again.
If the stolen information includes your social security number, you can face an initial fraud alert by calling one of the 3 nationwide consumer reporting companies. True. I got true.
Someone go with gut feeling.
What was your gut?
No, I said
It hasn't
someone
been
go.
true
I
yet.
don't know.
True.
I think it's true.
There's gotta be a truth thrown in sometime.
Right
Right
on.
on.
Isn't it those, that's your first primary source of information that you do with that company? So going through them can help you go through the government too, to help you get your fraud back.
So eyes.
Now we're gonna finally do the
Let's do the eyes. That'd be awesome.
Looks tired.
If someone has stolen your identity and then you notice you're no longer receiving bills from creditors, this is a sign that your identity has been restored.
Let's see. False.
Okay. That's false. Obviously, if you stop receiving the bill, something has gone wrong, and someone is either really taking your identity. Have you seen the episode Back to the Woods, Family Guy? James Woods goes on that show and steals Peter's identity.
Oh, yeah.
And what he does is he takes control of everything. He has all of his stuff, forwarded to a different address, then it comes back to his place, kicks Peter out. But his funny part about that is Peter does the same exact thing with James Woods. James Woods goes down there, steals his identity, and causes damages back to him, doing the same tricks he did. Nose, lips,
Nose.
Nose.
It doesn't mean
What? Good thing we didn't say that for last.
the best way to get a free copy of your credit report is to file a Freedom of Information Act request.
Credit karma. Yeah, FICO score because Discovery does it for free.
That's what I think it is, frankly.
Say false.
You should have put that in there.
False.
No. So, free credit reporting act is
Right,
this.
you're still right.
Gotta give us some looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim!
What's fun about
I
these
can
is
so
kids can do it too, as like an intro to it. So,
That's pretty sad.
That's pretty sad.
That's like, yeah. People 16 or older can get targeted. So, they,
Because they can give you a credit card.
Yeah. Yeah, 16 or older are the ones that get targeted the most. I'll let you guys go with
well, knowing that, what are some forms of identification that you have?
that. Driver's license,
Social security card.
birth certificate.
Did you remember no so fast?
And then what else? Driver's license.
Passport.
Birth certificate.
We go like an insurance card, I don't know if that counts.
Mm-hmm.
I have a military ID.
Business card?
Yeah.
tax returns,
What was it?
tax returns. Pay stubs. Pay stubs. You got my 9 points.
Okay. I see one that's kind of missing.
Credit card? Yeah.
Yes. Is that it? Just one more. It's kind of small. Most of us in this state don't really use them no more.
Oh.
Checks.
Yep.
Checkbook. A lot of our generation now don't use checkbooks. They just put it online statements. Everything's electronic, so they don't think, oh, I can just look online.
So like write a check though? How
Or
do you
like
write?
check your account.
No. A lot of the kids in my high school and on the FBI FTC website, most kids now don't have checkbooks. And they don't even have a bank account.
Oh my god.
They keep all their money in their pocket or in their house. So these are the main things that'll give your information out because they're easily accessible. Like the military ID, that's going to be hard to impersonate for a theft user to use because it's a registered thing through the government and it has to be in person to be used, so they're going to check that. One big thing is credit cards. The reason being, you don't ever have to be in person. All you gotta do is get the information for it. You lose your credit card, call it, and you should be fine for the most part. Just make sure you watch your purchases. One way to keep your identity safe is this short little video by the FTC, and it explains basically what you can do, what you shouldn't do to protect your identity.
Identity theft happens. It's an unfortunate fact of modern life. But there are certain steps you can take to help keep your personal information from falling into the wrong hands. Every day you do things to protect what's most important to you. And you know what? You do them almost automatically. Routine things like looking both ways before you cross, brushing your teeth, and buckling your seatbelt. Another routine to get into is keeping tabs on your identity and personal information. Here are 5 easy ways you can do it. Read your credit card and bank statements carefully and often. Know your payment due dates. If a bill doesn't show up when you expect it, look into it. Read the statements from your health insurance plan. Make sure the claims paid match the care you got. Shred any documents with personal and financial information. Review each of your 3 credit reports at least once a year. It's easy and it's free. And before you know it, protecting your personal information can be as routine as locking your doors at night. For more tips and tools on dealing with identity theft, visit ftc.gov/ID theft. That's ftc.gov/ID theft.
Okay, and then some of the ways you can protect your identity is, like we said earlier, carry only like the necessary things that you need with you. Like if you're going to the store, you're probably not going to need like a passport. Probably just like your checkbook, your ID, maybe a credit card. And then like when you're checking out at the store, make sure you don't leave like photo ID or checkbook or anything that has your information on it like sitting on the counter, because someone behind you in line could probably be like peering at it and could easily memorize that information. And then also when you're at home, like we said earlier, you're going to lock safe. But also, even if a thief does break into your home and does get the safe, if you keep the key with you, I mean, they can get the safe, they could probably break into it, but not as easily. But if you have the key, they can't really get anything out of it easily.
Now, a lot of people in this day and age, there's a lot of online shopping. How many of you have done online shopping? Everybody. You haven't done it, DJ?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Have you guys ever come into a time where you think a website's iffy, it's to be trusted? Well, that's one thing is, identity theft can happen in person and can happen online. The websites that decide, oh, I'll make it look like you're Bank of America. They're very good at tricking you. All registered websites have HTTP with a lock sign to the left of it in the address bar. They also have, in the bottom of the corner, it's registered through them. It's also registered to the government to look for. It's 2 major things. So you never want to put out your major information unless you know it's a trusted website. And if for some reason you do get it hacked, the FTC has a quick go-to to place your alert out. So you can start it. So if I were to get my ID stolen, say by Tori, I would go here and start my report just so I have somewhere to go. If you have any other questions for what type you're going through, you can go through each child, medical, and everything that you need to know for.
Okay, and then some other things are basically to protect your identity. I know MetLife is one of them. They basically protect like all of your information, medical, all your credit card numbers, basically everything that leads to your identity. LifeLock, Identity Guard, Privacy Guard, and Identity Fraud was some of them. These were named like one of the top 15 most trusted and used throughout the country.
So what you should have learned is how to have home security, personal protection while you're out, while you're on vacation, what forms of professional security are. It's cops, security officers, cameras, and a little bit on identity theft, which is the major problem in the US now, the average cost is about $1,500 for identity theft. Most users, about 70% users find a $1 loss, while the most expensive identity theft has been over $1 million.
Just because they can hold that information.
Now, to find out this information, you can go to the US Department of Safety, which provides links how to protect your house, protect why you do everything. The FTC, which is this one, which provides you how to get your security, how to get your information back, while also giving you ways to protect your information. And then my field is the real cost of home burglary. You can even figure out what actually costs everything. You can go through here and figure it out. And then On Guard Online, which was the place where we had the video game, and that'll give you different games. So if you want to learn how to know you are at cybersecurity, you can take their video games, and also provides tutorials how to do everything.